That's going to continue tonight, and then through the day tomorrow, we're going to have still some scattered snow showers around. But tonight, a lot of us are going to be seeing an additional inch of accumulation. A couple localized spots where we see those heavier bursts of snow setting up. We could potentially be closer to 2 inches, but average speaking here, most of us are going to be picking up right around an inch of snow this evening through tonight. So we could be a little dicey out there for your morning commute tomorrow. Temperatures are currently sitting in the low to mid 20s. And here's where we're headed. Tomorrow we're in the 30s, but then it gets cold this weekend. Those details in your Bears forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Emily.
We're just looking at Soldier Field. I don't know if you noticed, but the field's covered, and that's likely because we have snow in your forecast this evening and tonight. We have another inch or so that's going to be possible here this evening and tonight. Temperatures right now sitting in the mid-20s. We have southwesterly winds, so wind chill temperatures are currently sitting in the teens for most of us. Futurecast taking us throughout the next few hours. Again, snow is going to spread across the region from west to east, so by 9-10 p.m. or so, we should be seeing fairly widespread snow by this point, and then that's going to continue fairly steadily until the early morning hours of Friday. We could see an additional push of snow during that morning rush. So this is what we're going to be watching for tomorrow morning. But when all is said and done, most of us are only picking up around an inch. So we're not expecting those really heavy snow rates, but I think it's going to be kind of a slow and steady event for us during the overnight. Enough to make a mess of the roads, though. So any untreated surfaces definitely going to be snow covered and slick. Scattered snow showers are going to remain possible through the day tomorrow with little to no additional accumulation, and temperatures are likely going to top out in the 30s. Futurecast snowfall, again, most areas looking at right around an inch to maybe closer to 2 in a couple isolated locations if we do end up seeing any of those heavier bursts of snow. But most areas just looking at an inch tonight. 36 degrees for your high tomorrow, 20 on Saturday. Scattered snow showers on Sunday, a couple flurries for that Bears game. Temperatures, though, are only going to be in the mid, maybe upper teens still by kickoff Sunday evening. Freezing mark, but then after that, yeah, it's all cold as we go into this weekend, then definitely into next week as well. Right now, it's cold, and the lake effect across northwest Indiana, that's come to an end, but we're already tracking our next storm system that's going to be moving in later on this evening and tonight. Many of us are looking at an additional inch of accumulation tonight into early morning tomorrow, and then we're still going to have waves of scattered snow showers being possible through your day tomorrow with high temperatures in the mid-30s. Tonight, fairly steady temperatures. A lot of us are dropping down to about 20, but with gusty winds as high as 20 to 25 miles per hour, I think we're looking at wind chill temperatures very easily dropping down into the single digits at times. Your 3-day forecast tomorrow, 36 degrees. We'll have scattered snow showers through the day, and then Saturday and Sunday mainly dry. There's a chance for a couple snow flurries here or there, but most of us are just looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures around 19 degrees for your high, and Bears kickoff temperatures will likely be in the mid to upper teens. I've been watching previously today. That's come to an end across northwest Indiana, and most of the day, a lot of us were enjoying some sunshine. However, off to our west, we have our next storm system that's already beginning to make its way in. So over the next few hours, we're going to see snow overspreading the area. This is going to be after sunset, by the way. Of course, we're already coming up on sunset. And I think a lot of us are going to get through that evening rush. But closer to 7, 8, 9 p.m., that's when we're going to start to see that snow moving through from west to east. And then that's going to continue during the overnight. And this isn't a huge snowmaker, but it is going to be enough that any untreated surfaces are very quickly going to become snow covered and slick. And by tomorrow morning, I have the clock stopped here around 10 a.m. Most areas are picking up around an inch. We could be seeing a couple spots closer to 2 inches, but generally speaking, most of us are going to be right around an inch of snow tonight into early tomorrow. But then through the day tomorrow, we're still going to have scattered snow showers. So we could see brief, heavier bursts of snow. However, accumulation-wise tomorrow, I think we're going to have just little to none. So not much to worry about there. Futurecast taking us into early tomorrow morning. So by 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, we still could have some snow around, but it should be fairly light. So when it comes to your Friday morning commute, I think, one, it's going to take a while, of course, for the crews to get to all of the roads, so just be prepared for that, especially if you're in a more rural area. But we could be seeing at least some light snow still coming down throughout the morning. And then spotty snow showers are going to remain possible through the day on Friday. High temperatures, though, looking pretty good. We're going to be in the mid-30s, so that too is really going to help with that snow removal because salt is going to be very effective with temperatures being that warm tomorrow. Looking forward to the weekend, we have a much colder air mass. It's really going to take hold of the region. beginning on Saturday. So Saturday's high temperatures, I think we're topping out pretty close to 20. And then on Sunday, many of us are only going to be in the upper teens to near 20 degrees. So it's going to stay very cold throughout the entirety of the weekend. And then going into Monday, we're looking at temperatures during the day that could be dropping into the single digits. So it gets even colder by Monday of next week. Your temperatures right now, many of us are sitting in the 20s. We have wind chill temperatures that are currently in the teens. And over the next couple of days, again, tomorrow's our warm day. Then we have that big drop in temperatures heading our way this weekend. That's going to last into early next week. Your 7-day forecast tomorrow, 36 spotty snow showers through the day. Small chance for a stray flurry Saturday as well as Sunday, but most areas end up staying dry. The bigger weather story this weekend, of course, is going to be the cold. 13 degrees for your high by Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, we are back up into the 20s, and I think we're close to 30 by Thursday. We'll be right back. Seeing 1.5 inches, close to 2 inches. So not a ton, but it is going to be enough to make a mess of the roadways. Any untreated surfaces will become snow covered and slick during the overnight, possibly impacting that Friday morning commute. Satellite and radar, we're done with the lake effect across northwest Indiana, but here's our next snowmaker that's already beginning to see that snow expanding in coverage, and then that's eventually going to make its way into our region over the next couple of hours. So after about 8 p.m. or so, that's when we really start to see this spreading across the region. It's going to continue for a good chunk of the night. Again, most of us picking up right around 1 inch, maybe up to 2 in a couple isolated locations. So not a huge deal, but it still could bring in some impacts for that Friday morning commute. Temperatures right now, many of us are sitting in the low to mid 20s. We're at 23 in Gary, down to 19 degrees already in Valparaiso, and it's 23 at O'Hare. We have a brief warm up tomorrow, and then it gets much colder as we go into this weekend and next week. Those details in your Bears forecast is coming up. Arriving in just a few hours from now, so after about 7 p.m. or so, a lot of us are going to start to see that snow spreading in from west to east, and we're looking at about 1 inch of accumulation for most of us. Temperatures right now, it's cold. Many of us are sitting in the low to mid 20s, but we are down to 19 degrees in Valparaiso. Same thing in Michigan City. It's 23 at O'Hare and in Gary, 22 in Aurora, and we're down to 20 in Woodstock. Here's where we're headed. So again, next few hours, we start to see that snow spreading in. It's going to be light to moderate, so I'm not expecting really heavy snow rates with this, but with the cold temperatures, any untreated surfaces are very quickly going to become snowy and slick throughout the overnight. By daybreak tomorrow, we're still going to have at least some light snow around the area, and then through the day tomorrow, spotty snow showers are still going to be possible. So just know that your Friday morning commute, it could be impacted. I don't think it's going to be treacherous travel out there, especially if you're traveling a lot of main roads, but we still could be dealing with some snow covered areas out there tomorrow morning. And then scattered snow showers will continue with little to no accumulation during the day on Friday, and your high temperatures are expected to be in the mid 30s. So there is going to be an element of melting taking place tomorrow as well. So mid 30s expected during the day. So a lot of this, if there is anything that's left over on the roadways, we will end up seeing some melting through your Friday. Your 5-day forecast here tomorrow, scattered snow showers, 36 degrees for your high. And then over the weekend, the cold air that we've been telling you about really all week, it really begins to settle in Friday night and into Saturday. So Saturday morning, we're waking up in the teens and then only rebounding to about 20 degrees. There's a small chance that we could be seeing a couple flurries. Same thing on Sunday. Flurries going to be possible for that Bears game, but most areas likely end up staying dry, but temperatures, it stays very cold. 19 degrees for your high on Sunday. And for the Bears kickoff, I think we're likely going to be in the mid-teens by 5:30. Only in the teens, but now we're just hours away from another round of snow. This isn't going to be a major snowmaker for us, but a lot of us are going to be picking up right around 1 inch of accumulation tonight into the early morning hours of tomorrow. And then even tomorrow, we're still going to have scattered snow showers being a possibility through the entire day. However, temperatures are expected to warm up into the mid-30s, which means we will have some melting and salt is going to be very effective. So when it comes to your Friday morning commute, yes, there are going to be some impacts, but a lot of the heavier and more steady snowfall should be coming to an end prior to the morning rush. Most areas picking up right around 1 inch, but a couple isolated locations could be closer to 2, just depending on if we get any of those heavier bursts of snow to set up. So future cast, here comes the snow tonight, and then tomorrow morning, I think there's going to be a final little push moving through. I have the clock stepped here around 7, 8 a.m. Again, when a lot of us do have to be on the roads. But at this point, I think that final push of snow should likely be on the lighter side. I'm not anticipating an event like what we had a few days ago, but nonetheless, you're still going to have at least some impacts during that Friday morning commute. And then through the day, spotty snow showers with little to no additional accumulation. Highs are going to be in the mid-30s, and then a much colder air mass begins to filter through going into this weekend. So on Saturday, there's a really small chance that we could be seeing a couple stray flurries, but I think that's about it. For the most part, I've removed most of the snow chances for this upcoming weekend. I think on Saturday, we're likely going to be partly sunny, and then going into Sunday, of course, Sunday's the Bears game. It's going to be very cold. We'll have high temperatures only in the upper teens to near 20 degrees, and your wind chill temperatures by kickoff are expected to hover just above zero. Your temps right now, many of us are sitting in the low to mid 20s. We are in the teens now in Valparaiso. Wind chill temperatures are sitting in the teens right now. Here's where we're headed. Mid 30s tomorrow, 20 on Saturday, but then teens are expected Sunday and Monday. By Monday morning, we could actually be waking up to temperatures that feel, so wind chill temperatures, like 10 to 20 degrees below zero. Now, looking beyond the next 5 days, we're still trending below average, so it's going to stay cold, not just this weekend, but next week as well. 7-day forecast, 36 degrees tomorrow. We're at 20 on Saturday. Sunday, couple flurries, 19 degrees for your high, and then we drop into the single digits, just barely above zero by Monday morning. Back to you.